Unless they're going to change up the lanes a little bit, Carl is going to be playing that Beastmaster in the mid lane.
Oh, really? Maybe it's just a better lane for him up against the Necro?
Still sticking down this bottom side. They absolutely want to grab this first blood before making any sort of rotations. That's why, of course, you go the Kraken Shell onto FBZ to make sure that he's able to at least get some experience on this top side.
Oh, Whitemon, he copped another one. He's going to get the auto attacks here from Dreamercell, and with the little front forward, Cute's the one that picks that one up. So boom, get themselves the first blood here up against GEEK Fam.
Yeah, he doesn't have too much of a game, but if you're able to get a kill off with your support on top of that, it's an even bigger deal. They throw out the arrow to try and get onto Whitemon, but not the case.
Yeah, a little unfortunate there for Boom. He didn't catch another kill there onto Whitemon. Looks like top side, Cuckoo was able to finally pick up FBZ. Cuckoo as well as Zephyr, they're going to try and get a kill here on FBZ. He did Kraken Shell off one of those Shadow Strikes, and not enough mana there for Cuckoo to use the Sonic Wave, who isn't able to level up his Arcana this time around. Oh, okay.
And Makoto as well. He's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, unfortunately, Makoto is a little bit too far in that mid lane. Raven's made his rotation as well, and they take out Cute. That's a double kill there for Raven. That's a big rotation coming out from the Morphling. Well, Zephyr is following around Dreamercell here. He does have an urn picked up in boots, but he's only level 4 on this Ember Spirit, so Zephyr might need to knuckle down and get himself a few bits of experience. So he does have to use the Searing Chains, but Dreamercell, he's got the Enrage, so he's more than happy to take that one off and take a free kill in his own jungle.
Makoto's going to join him as well, but GEEK Fam, they know enough. They're like, well, we don't really want to take this right now.
Yeah, so they're going to lose a tier 1 tower. Looks like they are going to try and make a little bit of a response here. Carl does have a DD rune. They do throw out the Raw on top of the Titan. That's a big arrow from the sideline here of Hyde. This is taking a lot of damage here at FBZ, and he gets burnt before he drops down the Ravage. Cuckoo is looking for more here. Makoto, oh, they get the glimpse back. They found the vision there on a Hyde, but they don't have any stuns to catch out the Mirana. She's going to get TP out here. They do have the Shades there. Nice little play there from Zephyr. They pick up 2 there on the side of GEEK Fam, and boom, they do get the tier 1 tower.
So we see the Moonlight Shadow popped as well, so Zephyr scouted that out. They can make some defensive movements here. Cuckoo might be caught out a little bit by this.
Oh, Cuckoo. I thought they knew that the Moonlight Shadow was coming. The Ravage comes down as well. They're going to have the Reaper Scythe on top. Oh, they dropped everything on him. All right.
What are they really doing with it, you know? She's opted to go for the +8 strength, so being a little bit more tanky in these team fights, wanting to be able to zip in and out, have some guerrilla warfare going on. They use the ultimates up onto Tide again.
FBZ's taking a lot of damage and he's so squishy inside of that Static Storm. They do get the glimpse all the way back there onto Makoto, so he can't even respond. That's probably a blessing in disguise, to be fair there for Makoto, but
he just needs to position himself on these front lines here and tank up any damage that might be coming through.
So, Boom picked themselves up, the Aegis of the Immortal. I do hear another glimpse coming back here onto FBZ. Hitting into the tier 1 tower is Boom. They want to try and get this down, and then want to start to take a little bit more map control here from GEEK Fam, who are trying to trade this mid tier 1.
They've glimpsed back Makoto here. So, they make a play on FBZ.
He's getting caught out here. They do throw the wall down, but with the Kraken Shell, they're going to be able to get rid of that Shadow Strike. So Hyde does catch out Carl here on the side, using the Urn down as well. So FBZ quite tanky on the front side here. They're looking for more. The Static Storm Kinetic Field combo doesn't hit straight away. He throws out the Ravage beforehand, but Raven takes him down. It's already using the Strength Morph here onto the Morphling, so he's going to be quite tanky when he gets out of this. He has to turn into the Mirana, turn himself back into the Morphling and jump down the other side. FBZ buys back into this fight, and they want to get the Morphling kill. The big arrow comes down from the Yules and the Reaper Scythe on top. Raven sent to the bin for 80 seconds. With that buyback from FBZ, doesn't have the Ravage in hand, but it looks like GEEK Fam really don't want to fight here. Zephyr's going to try and cut the crit wave, but Boom certainly coming out on top on that one.
Fantastic heads-up play from FBZ there, realizing the enormity of the Ravage range and saying, well, I could just use it on the other side of the Static Storm and still be fine. Will they catch out the Ember Spirit here as well?
Oh, they found Zephyr. It's a decent amount of stun there with the Coconut on top. And they've called out another one here. FBZ getting a buyback, getting himself another kill.
Paralyzing Cask connected onto 3 heroes and just kept them completely out of the fight, which is what enabled them to get those chain stuns happening onto Raven. So great team play from Boom coming out from all parties.
Yeah, so GEEK fam now, they do get the smoke up. Cuckoo drops down his Necro book, so he wants to try and push out this lane. They do realize the Dreamer Cell does not have his Aegis of the Immortal, but he does have a BKB. Oh, that's a lot of damage going in onto the Ursa. Hasn't used his BKB yet. He turns around with his own BKB. Doesn't take that much damage because he has the Enrage up. So no Enrage now, no BKB here for Dreamer Cell. Cuckoo's walking forward. That's a lot of damage. They're coming in again here with the Static Storm Kinetic Field combo, trying to keep Cuckoo alive. They do get the roll down onto Makoto on the front side. He's a quite tanky hero. Finally uses that mech. He has that Halberd as well here. Raven's going to come back in and trying to burst down the Necrophos. Can they get rid of him? They've already taken down Kezcute. Yes, they can. So another one goes down here for the side of Boom. Raven jumping forward there with the leap. But unfortunately, he doesn't connect onto anybody else. So Boom, they lose 2.
And at the end, being a little bit fingers with this Necrophos to use some of those spells. Hyde's going to try his best to get away.
Oh, Dreamer Cell, they know that his BKB should be on cooldown here, and Cuckoo, he just gets caught out there by the clumsy net, so Hyde doing a good job there to keep the Queen of Pain in line. Do you throw out the Ethereal Blade to keep the Ursa at bay for now, but it doesn't matter. Look at how much damage they're pumping into Raven. He's got the Malefice on top of him as well, so he's going to take a decent lick of damage when that starts popping out. So actually, no, it looks like he didn't take all too much, so Kezcute getting himself caught in this kinetic field. They're trying to look for Zephyr. Maybe. I feel like when I saw him, he was walking through the river.
Interesting. They're not going to have that available, and I'm sure that information's being communicated through to the rest of GEEK fam, but Kezcute, he's in a bit of a spot of bother, standing underneath a half-health sentry ward, and he's gone.
It was an inevitability there for Kezcute. He was... Oh, okay, the Deny comes down from Cuckoo, interestingly enough. But looks like they're going to try and fight for more, as you said, FBZ. He doesn't have his Ravage. They're coming in with a Static Storm on top of Makoto. He doesn't get stuck inside of it because they had no kinetic field. They're bringing him back inside here onto Cuckoo. Catches an arrow after that Yule Scepter. They're trying to get back, but Whitemon gets beaten down there by FBZ, who's standing in the front. He doesn't have Ravage though, so he can't get anything else done. The Reaper Scythe comes down. They've taken down Cuckoo. They want to get rid of Makoto here. Carl trying to juke himself back in and out here. Dreamer Cell getting on top of Raven, sending him outside of this fight. So it looks like Boom, they do save Whitemon, they do save Makoto, but they lose Zephyr on the backside there, who tried to clean up that kill. So unfortunately there for GEEK fam, they lose 3, and all they pick up is a Kezcute kill. So we'll see what Boom can get done now. They do have Ravage coming off cooldown in a couple of seconds. They don't have mana for it, so they're going to look for Carl. He is extremely fast with his boots of travel. God damn it, he is fast.
Sure is. He's got that Solar Crest as well for the additional movement speed, but...
Raven.
Bar of it.
He's caught in the trees here. The rest of Boom are making their way over here. He does wave form himself all the way up, but he doesn't have mana for a TP. Oh, that arrow. They spotted out where he is. They know exactly where this Morphling is going to be, and he's going to get caught out, and I'm sure Raven certainly will die here. He's going to get the straight Morph out, but it doesn't matter. Boom surround him. Boom take him down, and that's 60 seconds without their Morphling now. Makoto with cheese is going to feel next to impossible to kill. He was pretty hard to kill in that last fight, but now having cheese, basically impossible. Cuckoo! He came in for something. Zephyr picks up the Aegis. Okay, so I didn't realize that that's what was going to happen there. So GEEK fam coming out on top of it. Did he end up with the cheese as well? All right, Zephyr, let's go.
Nicely done there by GEEK fam to steal some valuable experience away. 2 of Boom's heroes weren't actually with them for that Roche fight. FBZ farming up on that top side, and oh no, it's going to be all for naught if they can catch out Carl here. Yeah,
Carl's going to go down. He does throw out the Raw here. He's quite tanky, so he's speeding himself away. The clumsy net comes down, keeps him rooted for a little bit longer. Makoto really wants to get down on top of him for the Reaper's Scythe, and they do get the kill there. Finally, Boom pick up Carl. 110 seconds on the sideline without a Beastmaster here, without a mid Beastmaster as well. Get a little bit aggressive onto Boom. Dreamer Cell getting himself stuck inside of the Lightning Cage. But at what point does it feel like that you're stuck inside the Lightning Cage with Ursa instead of him being stuck inside there with you? And they do take a full lane of racks there, and Boom are just going to walk themselves out. Yeah, well, with this lane of racks taken up now here from Boom, means they are able to put a little bit more pressure across the map here onto GEEK fam. Oh, they found out Raven. FBZ pump faked the Ravage, expecting Raven to be faster on the fingers, but fortunately doesn't catch it out. The Yule Scepter comes forward here. Hour on the Whitemon. They've caught out the Disruptor. The 4-staff comes in from Zephyr. They're keeping him alive for a little bit longer. FBZ pump faking the Ravage again. Another Static Storm Kinetic Field combo from Whitemon misses. That's so unfortunate here for the Disruptor. They come in with FBZ. They do pump fake the Ravage again. He's trying to find a good position to get it done, so they eventually take down the Disruptor. And now with the Sonic Wave down, no Static Storm. All they've got is the Roar here for GEEK fam. Looking pretty strong walking into this tier 3 tower. They want to try and get another lane of racks.
And no glyph available either, so They have the freedom to just push in. Even the supports can stand a bit more aggressively in this team fight.
Okay, the Raw comes down. They're going to try and take down Dreamer Soul, but he gets that on Rage off. He still has Cheese and BKB in his back pocket, so there's not really much they can do. They don't have a BKB on Raven. They don't have Static Storm. They don't have Raw.
They're pinging FBZ. They want to make something happen onto him because they know that that's the thing that could potentially turn the team fight this Ravage.
He's got no mana. Does use his 21 charge, and Dreamer Soul just jumps back in and takes down Zephyr. This looks like a death by 1,000 cuts here from Boom. They're tanking through everything that's coming their way. They're just slowly chipping away at these buildings. They found out Zephyr again. He does use that Remnant to get away from the Yule's arrow combo, but Boom, they're going to be able to clean themselves up. A second lane of racks. They're just going to walk away from this. They're okay with how this is going. And at this time, it just seems like GEEK fam are slowly just going to lose this game.
How do you run into this? Even if, you know, you don't have the Death Pulse, you don't have the Mechanism, the Voodoo Restoration's gone because of the mana, Cersa's just got a Paladin Sword that he can just use to whack up onto a couple of creeps and he's fine.
Well, they found an FBZ here. You'll set to a Static Storm, kinetic combo. Doesn't hit anybody again. White one. I feel like that's 0 from 5 right now. It looks like Jeremy Marcel, he's trying to aim for more here for GEEK fam. This looks like it was the last hurrah coming out from GEEK fam. The Raw comes down. Doesn't have the cheese. Does have his enrage coming in. The Ravage comes forward, but Raven had already BKBs that off. The rest of Boom are starting to get themselves in the bash. They've called out Cuckoo. They lose 3 again. And it looks like Boom are going to be able to walk themselves into the rest of these lanes of racks. Oh, no. Carl, he got stuck on the high ground. How does he get stuck on the high ground?
He spider legs himself up there just to try and get the TP off, but the vision and the arrow enough to make sure that he was a non-factor for that team fight.
That is very unfortunate there. The GGs have been called, and that's it. Boom are able to take the first game up against GEEK fam here. And that's a good start there for Boom, being able to come in and what felt like a little bit of an even game starting out here up against Boom, but I mean starting up against GEEK fam, but I mean they look pretty strong. I'm really going to be keeping my eye on Carl and Makoto and see who comes out on top, because Makoto came out on top in that first match, so we'll see who does come out when it does come towards that mid lane matchup, Matt. Whitemon's career from the top side. So
great play from Makoto there, being able to pump fake the Boundless Strike, not wanting to get caught out with the... oh, is he diving in onto Carl? He is.
He's going to try and do it with the Primal Spring here. He's got 1 stack, 2 stack, 3 stacks, 4. He's looking for the last auto attack and he gets it done. And Makoto gets the first blood and the first kill there, and they do get a return on the bottom side, so they take out Kezcute, but...
Of this Venomancer, he's still got a few charges of the Jingu Mastery, but be able to get back fast enough to get the full regen off from it.
He's going to try. He does have a Boundless Strike. There's a full creep wave here as well. They throw out the Gale on top. Makoto's looking for another kill on a Carl. The arrow comes forward from high. They don't get it done. Finally, the Boundless Strike comes down, and with the Frost Blast on top, Kezcute cleans that one up. Zephyr gets himself a solo kill on Hyde. Well, they're going to have to try and get it done very, very quickly, because it will be that 10-minute mark. They're going to come in on the sideline here, try and get rid of those boars, and they do get it done. Raven's sitting inside that blur, so can run away from this. Oh my god, that's a torrent, and that's a chains, and that's a dead Hyde. Hyde using the Moonlight.
Careful, Cuckoo's on the front lines as well. He's got a couple of braces, so he's fairly tanky.
Makoto, they do throw out the primals, the Boundless Strike, as well as the arrow coming in, so Cuckoo eventually does use that boat, but it's just not enough. Doesn't keep himself alive, same with the Hand of God, so Boom pick up a freebie. So he has to be careful. Kezcute getting himself a nice little deep ward down. TP out as well. So looks like GEEK fam, they're starting to fall behind a little bit. They are farming up, but at the same time, they're starting to lose net worth leads here and there. FBZ comes forward with the Raw, comes down. Spirit Vessel on top of the Beastmaster. So no heals for him. They're trying to get the triple Centaur in for the cool triple stop, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get there in time. Eventually, no. It does lose its life, but Raven making his way over does get himself a kill. Cuckoo's looking for another one here with the X. Doesn't collect it, so GEEK fam get themselves an FBZ kill.
Slowly ticking down on Whitemon, and he's just gonna straight die.
Okay.
A little bit greedy.
A little unfortunate there for Whitemon. Hyde's getting caught out. They have a Centaur Stomp coming out in a couple seconds, but Hyde loses his life, not having any of those leaps available. Makoto Almost caught out by a torrent.
I think he cleaned up one of the Chen creeps as well, and the tower, and that opens up Roshan, and they've also got the Medallion of Courage on this Beastmaster, so it should be dying relatively quickly.
MKB completely completed now for Dreamercell. Should get an Aegis into his own... Wait, did I just hear... Kezcute just chain frosted a set of creeps, right?
Sure.
Fair enough.
Not?
Finally now, Dreamercell does get that open wounds out, so he can start healing himself up with the MKB. Proxy does a decent amount of damage. GEEK fam, they're a little bit too late to the party here. They do throw out a torrent, but it doesn't matter because Dreamercell already has the Aegis in his pocket. Raven cleans up a tower as well. They're going to get the X marks torrent combo onto FBZ. They're trying to take him down, getting fairly tanky here, but on the backside, Raven's jumped into probably the worst situation that he could have gone in. Dreamercell trying to stick on top of him, but doesn't get any more lockdown. So with the Spirit Vessel back down here, they're starting to kite around the Life Stealer, and yeah, you might have rage, but as soon as that's off cooldown, you have to be very, very careful. With the armor toggles coming back in, FBZ hits that buyback button again.
He went and died to a neutral creep, missing his armlet toggle. So, see ya, Aegis.
But, you know, you have a PA on your team. This is where I'm not as much of a PA hater, where you get your 3 items or 4 items or whatever that hero needs, and you just start to delete people. But you have to be very, very careful with how you do play around not having a BKB. Gulceptor comes forward here from... Oh, he was halfway through a jump, I believe. Phantom Assassin, you're allowed to do that. You have an attack range. But they're looking for Dreamercell as well. Well, it looks like they're looking for Mikoto on the backside, but Zephyr's the one that pays the price for it. Kezcute, very liberal with that chain pulse. That's a big torrent coming in onto 2 people, but Mikoto's got his own BKB. He's turning back around onto the rest of GEEK fam. Carl's going to lose his life first, and they're trying to get onto Whitemon. FBZ's just chasing away Cuckoo, so they're going to be able to catch out onto the Chen. Do their way of stopping the TP? They don't need it because they've got the damage, and they're looking for another one. FBZ, he roared Cuckoo, but Cuckoo took literally no damage. As for now, as you said, moving towards that Abyssal Blade here for Raven, starting with the Vanguard, so he wants to try and get in and provide his own lockdown for his team.
It's not like an item is even absolutely necessary. He's found a double damage, and they've found Carl.
Yeah, Mikoto, he's getting caught out here. He does get the poison over as well as the Gale out on top of him. The Spirit Vessel on top, he's taking a lot of damage. As you said, DD Rune here onto Dreamercell. He's going to have to pop a BKB. He has to pop a BKB charge. And we're trying to catch a few more heroes coming into this. So the BKB used, and this is the disengage here. 5 heroes getting stacked up here. If the PA can get on top of this, could be a lot of cleave damage coming in. The torrent comes down, but it doesn't matter. FBZ turns around for the roar, but he dies before it. 80 seconds without a Beastmaster now because he bought back recently. Hyde's getting caught out with the X on top, and this is where PA is going to go to work. Raven has to be very, very careful not to get caught out here. Look at how much damage Dreamercell is doing. He's getting on top of Raven, and he's dead. The Hand of God came out way too late there from Whitemon. He's not having a good one today. Cuckoo's trying to get the damage onto Mikoto, realizing there's no BKB for him. And Dreamercell getting the open wounds, getting the chase down. Those Monkey King procs are doing a lot of work there for the Life Stealer. Dreamercell is a big, strong man right now. Trying to fight a Monkey King inside of Wukong's command is 9 times out of 10 going to end up in your death.
Yes.
Oh,
200
Moonlight
gold.
Shadow and a smoke.
Really quick Roshan as well, but there's going to be a team fight before it.
They're going to come in here. They do throw out the boat as well. So trying FBZ is getting on top of Kunkka. Let's throw out the roar, but he's caught between 3 heroes on the side of GEEK fam, and he's going to die. Dreamercell and Mikoto trying to get rid of the backlines. They're trying to get rid of the rest of GEEK fam here, but they can't get on top of these heroes. X-Mark comes in on Mikoto, using that BKB, stops himself for now. Nice Boundless Strike, keeping a few heroes at bay, but this BKB is going to start to wear off. Yeah, you might have an Assault Cuirass, but I don't think it really matters. They're going to come in. Can they focus down the Monkey King? No, he can't. He's turning around. He's killing everybody. It looks like Dreamercell trying to get it on this front side, get rid of some of these heroes, but Raven, he's jumped in. He's jumped into the rest of Boom ID. Can they get rid of him? No, they can't. The 4 stars keeps him alive, and this is where Dreamercell starts to run into a few issues. He's getting kited around the 4 stars as well as the Venomancer's doing a lot of work. Raven chunks down another. They get rid of 4. I thought maybe Mikoto was able to stand and fight, and oh, they've caught out Kezcute as well. Nice healer getting brought back here with the X marks the spot from Cuckoo. They're going to try and get on top of him. They found him out with the torrent and the Syrian chains. And that's 5 for nothing there. GEEK fam, that was the team fight that they really needed.
Things are starting to go more and more in GEEK fam's favor, and if you have a look at the win probability, it's taken a sharp dive towards the dire side.
Am I a win probability user? I am. I've figured it out. So either way. Now, this is where it starts getting a little slower. Oh, okay. Whitemon just died.
just the... Oh, he had his E-Blade queued up on this Veno for a little bit of time, and he's changed that into a Shiva's. Like, just the Ghost Scepter would be pretty handy for him. Or they'd miss onto the Makoto.
Oh, that's not a good start here, Carl. Gonna try and come back in, though. So much kite ability here for the side of GEEK Fam means that Makoto, he has to be so perfect with his BKB uses in these next couple of fights. Raven, though, he's gonna get found. All right, he found out Hyde there. I thought it was going to be the other way around. Oh, Dreamer Cell, he got bashed as well from the dagger. He's going to turn back around and fight onto Raven, who gets roared up. Look at how much damage he's doing. Yeah, Hand of God does a decent amount of work. Another 4-star kiting around these melee heroes.
It's fine.
So
he's got ages.
Now, boom, they're going to have to turn back around. And as you said, oh, it's a big work on this command. Can they get the boundless strike? Makoto still doesn't use that BKB, so he still has that to play around with on the backside. In comes the boat, doing a lot of work here. Dreamer Cell coming in, taking down Zephyr. Raven, he's turned back around, but no, the BKB here from Makoto, turning in and fighting. He gets a lot of HP back from the last dealer jumping inside of him. They lose the first life there. Cuckoo have to use the cheese to turn back around. Another set of 4-stars come out here, kiting around these melee heroes for a little bit longer. Raven standing and fight. The Bissell Blade takes down Makoto, and he's looking for Dreamer Cell next. Disarm comes from the halberd as well. Raven has to jump himself back onto Cuckoo, and they do lose Carl on the backside of that as well. Carl eventually does take down FBZ with the dot damage. The Dreamer Cell as well as Kezcute. Oh, that doesn't see him. He's standing in the trees. Dreamer Cell just TP. Maybe expecting a Roche fight here is GEEK Fam. They walk into it themselves. There is a Courier as well as a Hawk spotting this out.
PA's 25 as well.
They're going to come in. They do get rid of that Hawk. A big arrow comes down onto Zephyr as well.
Missiles infested in Makoto.
Gonna see if they can get themselves into a good position here. If Makoto can get on the trees towards the Roche pit, could be a good fight for them. Raven's doing a lot of damage here to Roche, and this is an Axe Blessing as well.
They're wanting to go for the steal.
Oh, they're trying on the back, but no, they get rid of the tree! Makoto, he's done, he's stunned, he's dead! They get rid of Makoto on the backside, and Dreamer Cell's the next one on the list. He does Abyssal himself up to Whitemon, but it doesn't matter because Raven's killing everyone! He's taken down 2, he's looking for a third one on the side. FBZ getting the TPI with the Ghost Scepter. So they lose their Monkey King and their Lich. Zephyr's looking for another one. Actually, no, he just wants a bounty rune. So Hyde, with that Ghost Scepter, gets himself away for a little bit longer. They're going to try and keep on top of this this Morana. Eventually, Raven takes down the Roche, and he gets the Aegis, he gets a cheese, and I'd imagine who's got the Ag's Blessing for this one. Probably just going to give it to the Veno. Didn't get BKB, he didn't get nothing out. And unfortunately for him, that meant that he died extremely fast, and then Raven just tearing everybody to bits. So, looks like boom now. They're going to try and defend for a little bit longer. The PA jumps a little bit too far into the base, but she's so tanky. Almost 4,000 health and an Aegis. I don't think you're killing Raven twice, let alone once.
And a cheese. And a Satanic. They've given the cheese over to Cuckoo, so just wanting him to perhaps be a bit more of a front liner, make Raven the one that's going to be taking down these racks.
Well, they're going to try and get something done here. Smoke as well as the Moonlight Shadow. Oh, they're trying to break the tree. Zephyr almost gets himself another Monkey King stun. So they've taken down 2 lanes of racks here. Just
like what happened around the Roche pit, Boom realized how far behind they were. They needed to try and make a huge play happen to bring themselves back into it with this PA getting out of control. And they're needing to do it again. FBZ, he's on the front lines trying to get Cuckoo.
Oh, they're trying to find something out of this, but it looks like the Halberd coming in onto the Life Stealer. So Dreamer Cell and Makoto getting into the backside. They've got 4 heroes kind of grouped up here, but there's so much kite coming out here from GEEK Fam as well. Raven on the backside, he's getting caught out, getting roared as well. So he's stunned up on the high ground here. Boom. They're trying to get much done on the bottom side, but Raven, he's doing a lot of work. He's getting stunned up quite a lot, but this massive amount of status of this is doing a lot of work for him. Oh, Makoto gets half his HP chunked down. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you get the Boundless Strike down because you're just going to go down. He's dead for 100 seconds. So they lost their life. They've lost their Monkey King, and they're just going to call GG here. So boom, they're going to lose the second game, and GEEK Fam coming out on top with this Raven Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, it was always the inevitability, and I'm glad that you listened to my my tips there, Luke, for who to go for in that game based on the draft, as it was GEEK Fam evening it up 1-1. I just don't know if it's going to be the same type of hyper carry that it is that they need. I'm feeling a bit more strongly about Boom's draft this time around.
Yeah, this is where it starts getting scary here for Cuckoo. If he tries to stick in this lane for a little bit too long, Dreamer Soul can get on top of him with a few lucky roots here and there. Can do a lot of work against the Bat Rider and can do a lot of damage as well. So he has to be very, very careful. Looks like we've got a fight towards the boundary route on the top Radiant side. Zephyr gets a nice little swash all the way through here on FBZ. He's getting chased down as well. Whitemon getting on top of it. Raven finally, with the boundless strike, cleans that one up. Whitemon doing the homie move and leaving that for his carry.
Not the worst idea, right? You want to be able to consistently run. You want to prevent this Monkey King from carrying as it gets later on. His TP's coming through will halt that.
And it looks like there's going to be a big fight here between Boom and GEEK. Makoto was making his way towards top as well. FBZ takes a lot of damage for that one. They were going to try and get the duel underneath the tower with Whitemon, but that was a rotation there from Carl, so heading closer and closer to that 4.5k net worth. He's moving towards that Mask of Madness. Already has phase boots on the bear, so he can start putting a little bit of pressure on when he would like to. Makoto's pushing this mid tower, and they want to try and get the outpost here. FBZ cops a fire blast. They have another stun as well, so nice play there from Whitemon. And Carl. Alright, Cuckoo made the rotation there with the lasso. We were able to take down Makoto. That's a big play for them.
I read this from Boom. I think it's something that they needed to do. They used the press the attack onto the siege creep, realizing that they just need to create a whole lot more pressure on this top side of the map, deny a lot away from GEEK fam, but FBZ might go down again.
Oh, FBZ. It seems to be the story of this series. Unfortunately for him, he keeps getting caught out time and time again.
Carly's making the aggressive plays. They haven't had time to put down these defensive observer or sentry wards on the Radiant side.
Yeah, Dreamercell's just farming this ancient camp in a nice little safe position. They're going to go on top of Dreamercell here. They're going to be able to burst down the Lone Druid. No, he gets the roar off and finally does get the true form off as well. So he's quite taking now. Turning back around. Raven taking a little damage from Duel comes down. FBZ turns that one back around. Whitemon. It looked like Boom were ready for that one. But a big play there from Boom. Saving Dreamercell, turning it back around to get 2 kills. They're able to get FBZ the dual win as well. So 10 damage going into his back pocket. So moving himself towards the Vlad's going to go into a Solar Crest on top of that as well. So not wanting to get that instant initiation. Looks like bottom side. They found out Makoto in the trees. Raven does get the Sprout away, but doesn't matter because Carl picks him up there with the Scream of Pain. So the entire creep wave, so they will have creeps to come into this T2 tower. They're going to smoke up as well, so Boom's going to try and look for a kill.
I think they were in range for that for a vision when they used that smoke, so he should be able to get away. He's already got the Firefly popped, he's got the Faded Brooch, the Boots of Travel, and the Windlace. Good luck catching 500 move speed.
Oh, that is so much damage coming out there onto Hyde. He has to throw a remnant all the way up, but he has no mana left on the other side, so they're going to be able to take down Kezcute. No, the Hand of God keeps him still alive for a little bit longer. They miss the Swashbuckle, but it doesn't matter because Raven's here as well on the Monkey King. So the rest of GEEK fam are turning back around. This is a haste rune onto Carl as well, so they're going to be able to take down Hyde. He tries to use the Sleight of Fist to dodge a little bit of the damage, but it doesn't matter because GEEK fam pick up yet another 2 kills.
These towers are going to melt a whole lot quicker. Still 3 minutes 20 seconds until the next glyph is available. Press the attack, going to be used a whole lot more aggressively. Might need to be used defensively though.
Okay. So there was a little bit of ring around the rosy there for FBZ. They do blink forward here. They have the Flaming Lasso out onto Legion Commander Carl. Going forward, they want to try and take down this Legion Commander at the start. They do. So they lose one, but they lost Zephyr on the backside as well to Dreamercell in the mid lane. Do they have a way of stopping this TP? No, they don't. Carl didn't have the Sonic Wave to commit to that one, so Whitemon gets away with his life. For now, I really feel like Boom needs to try and get a few more kills with their Lone Druid, but as you said, they've got Mask of Madness, they've got Deso. I feel like they should try and smoke up and just try and collect one of these heroes, you know, maybe even just an Ogre here, which they found out Whitemon. They get the Orchid, get the Sprout on top. Makoto's just trying to get the body blocks down onto the Ogre Magi. FBZ, oh, he wanted the duel, but Carl says no.
No, I silence you. But, firstly, smoke coming up from GEEK fam. They want to make something happen now.
Yeah, Carl did jump up to the high ground there, so maybe a little pretty.
Busy again.
They're going to be going, oh, FBZ, he's just in the wrong spot at the wrong time. They're going to be able to take him down. A big Flaming Lasso comes down onto the Lone Druid. He doesn't get the roar out properly. Dreamercell is going to be able to get his true form off, but I don't think it matters because he's going to die either way. Cuckoo picks that up with a double kill.
The luxury of doing that with the Lone Druid not available, he's the one that's holding the majority of your net worth, and this is a free Roche when really it should be going Boom's way. Oh no, they're going to kill him as well. Just get away.
Yeah, it seems like Makoto does just live in the fountain, so
that might be a big mistake though. Roshan, it's takeable right now from Boom. They've used a lot of cooldowns.
Yeah, they're coming back in. Hyde's on the front line as well. Out comes the Ignite, doing a lot of damage. Hand of God, keeping everybody a little bit more healthy. Hyde has to be careful. They've got Dreamercell respawning as well. Not all too much HP left here onto the Roshan. FBZ is coming forward. He wants to throw out the duel onto Whitemon. Looks like he isn't able to get it here, and they do so much damage. They take down FBZ. But yeah, you might have Dreamer Cell coming back into this, but you don't have your Legion Commander.
It's still a pretty okay fight to take for Boom, I suppose, feeling that they can't take it quickly enough. Maybe they could wait until LC's back up online.
No, they're walking in here with a lot of creeps coming out here from KEZQ. They're going to try and get these stuns out, but it doesn't matter because Zephyr's doing that Rolling Thunder all the way through. They've taken down the Chen early on here. Carl comes in with the tips as well. He's going to be able to take down another. They found out Makoto on the backside. They've got the Nature's Prophet with the Flaming Lasso. He's going to go down. That's 3 dead already. GEEK fam opening up the Roshan for themselves, opening up a net worth lead as well. Aegis will be going in the pocket of Raven, and this looks like it's starting to go from bad to worse for Boom.
Legion Commander going again into that Solar Crest, about 1,500 or so away. And as well, this Nature's Prophet. He's picked up the BKB for himself, so that's a nice little bonus, but will it be enough to save them in this team fight? Probably not, you would think.
Oh, they found out the Chen here. KEZQ, he's going to lose his life there to Raven. BKB or not, doesn't matter. Carl's coming forward. Behind did try and dodge the dagger, but unfortunately he didn't. Carl's just going to go onto the high ground here, feeling quite confident with his Queen of Pain. They do get the Orchid coming out as well, the Sonic Wave, and the screens coming in as well. The inside of the base. GEEK fam say, we don't care where we are. We want to fight you, and we want to send Boom down to the lower bracket, and that looks like that's what they're doing right now. Dreamer Cell is going to lose his life. He's going to lose his base as well. He does have buyout, but I don't think it matters. Does have his bear off cooldown as well. They're going to try and get rid of Makoto, who has to TP back into his fountain. And GEEK fam, they just hit the go button, and they just say, see you later, Boom.
See about that one. They're all grouped up.
Oh, there's a Craggy coat there. There's a free Craggy coat. White Mon picked up a free Craggy coat.
Free money.
Was it his Craggy coat or was it an enemy Craggy coat?
We will see when he sends it back. He stands underneath all of these creeps.
Oh, it doesn't matter because they've called out Dreamer Cell. They don't need to worry about extra neutral items because they've got an extra hero kill. That's 60 seconds on the sideline without a lone druid, and he's dead. Same with FBZ. KEZQ walks himself in, and this seems like it's going to be game over. GEEK fam finding the fight that they would like. Dreamer Cell calls it in allied chat, but KEZQ calls it in all chat, and that will be a 2-1 victory here for GEEK fam up against Boom ID. They move themselves into the grand final. Boom move themselves into the lower bracket where they will await either Fnatic or Neon Esports, the winner of our next series. But man, that was a good turnaround from GEEK fam. I'm really impressed with how they turned around for these last 2 games.